Many thanks for your time, guys. My name is Lillian Mulikanene. So glad to have you with us on the show once again. Every Saturday right here on Citizen Weekend is the Fashion Watch, and the hashtag is Fashion Watch. Or you could send in your style-related questions to 22422. My panel in studio this evening, starting from this end, Annabelle Lonyango, celebrated fashion stylist, and she is our resident panelist here on the show. Also with us tonight, Robert Burale, motivational speaker and image consultant. He's with us on the show tonight. Thanks so much for being with us, Bob. Also with us on the show this evening is Carol Odera, award-winning fashion journalist. She's our resident panelist here on the show. And of course, Ian Mbogwa, celebrated Tasker Project fame judge and a thespian. Thank you so much for your time, guys. And let's begin with what was happening this weekend. We'll begin with Amos and Josh. You know them from Tasker Project fame. Ian knows them even better than you know them. So this week they launched a new song, Nerea, and let's take a look at what they wore to the launch. This is a duo, and I suppose they have their own individual style, but I'll start with you, Ian. You've worked with this gentleman, and they're now becoming, actually they're really fast rising. So what are your thoughts on their dressing? I mean, coming from where they were on the show to who they are now and how they step out, what do you think?
Well, most of the time in the show they would wear, you know, just a t-shirt or shorts, jeans, shorts and everything. That was who they were.
Right.
But now that they've started doing something big, they are in a position to start experimenting before they decide this is our look.
Okay.
Yes.
Carol, do you think Amos and Josh are working with the... I hope none of you guys are styling them, but they're stylists doing a good job. I know Amos prefers shorts. Amos steps out in shorts a lot. So what are your thoughts on their look?
Well, I think this would be the best example of something like fashion mentorship. Because when you interact with a group like Sauti Sol, who have a reputation for being very fashion forward and stylish, you have to step up. You can't just walk into the room the way you normally do. So I think a lot of men don't realize this, but actually having someone to look at so that you can get an idea what works for you and what you can wear is a very good example of what they're doing.
Okay, yeah. And of course, Robert, what are your thoughts on Amos and Josh? Of course, really just their collabo with Sauti Sol, of course putting them on the spotlight because, like Carol said, Sauti Sol dress impeccably thanks to Annabelle. So what are your thoughts on their style?
I think they have good style. They have gotten their own style. When they walk into a room, they'll get noticed. And the level they're going, of course, they're stepping up to the plate. Because then where they are right now, they have that swag, that it's some arrogance, some allowed or permissible arrogance that says, you know what, we can do it as well. Okay. And the fact that they're very talented musicians, it's also matching with their image. I have a problem when we see artists coming in, maybe for interviews, for example, and they still come in sagging jeans and trying to be, you know, I don't like it at all. So they would walk into an interview, do well, they would walk into a corporate and do well. And I think they look good. And
talking about the interviews and the corporates, Annabelle, these guys perhaps are unfortunate because a lot of people remember them from Tasker Project fame. So for them to actually get to that point where they get that respect as artists that have actually, have arrived, what will it take for Amos and Josh just for us to forget that they were once on Tasker Project fame and sort of just start looking at, I don't know if, what am I saying? Okay.
Yeah, but no, I see what you mean. Yeah. It's funny because it's ironic that you're asking me that question because I didn't know Amos and Josh until now. That's how clueless I am.
Yes,
I didn't know about them.
I didn't know
so
either.
It's nice to see some of the Sauti sort of stardust, you know, allow them to sort of come into the forefront for ignorant people like me who didn't know them. But I would say, like, it'll be interesting to see their style evolution. I mean, in this particular Nerea video where they're all in white, that was not styled by me, that video. It was actually styled by Casadalia, which is a stylist called Amandine, and she had her own interpretation. And I like to see how the boys have really sort of synced with Sauti, and you see that they're all in white, and that sort of talks about the message that they're in the song. And I like to see that, I think it's Amos who wears shorts all the time. It's nice to see that that's his signature style, and that was incorporated into the sort of the styling of the band. So I think it'll be really interesting to see their rise and rise.
Okay, and great to know that they're working with a stylist. So let's move on and see what else was happening this week. So this is the Art of Luxury at the Skylux, hosted by LAX, the Nigerian artist that was visiting last week. And this is, of course, Eric Omondi. Yeah, and let me start with you, Robert. Eric Omondi and a lady by his side. I don't know who she is, but let's talk about Eric and his style. He does a lot of black.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's good, but he should have just left the coat somewhere else.
In the car.
In the car.
Was it raining? I don't know.
Shop.
He should have left the coat in the car, just remain with the black. I know what he's trying to look the look he's trying is when you have a nice suit with a tie and a long trench coat, the Italian kind of thing, Pep Guardiola kind of thing. But that coat should have remained in the car.
In the shop, it was bought.
Ouch.
Annabelle. So Eric is a tiny guy. He wears black. What does black do for tinier people? A lot of us think black is slimming. I don't know, but Eric actually does a lot of black. I don't think I've seen him in anything but black. So what would you say about Eric's style?
Yeah, Eric is diminutive. Like, he's literally like, I would not be able to fit in his clothes. He's tiny. And the fact that he wears black makes him look even tinier. I think here he's worn layers, and I think what he's tried to do with the jacket that he's wearing in his arm is add probably some bulk to his frame. But he should actually, I think if you're going to do this and you're going to take a risk, commit to it and actually wear the coat. You know, don't half-ass it and carry the coat instead of wearing it. You know? But you know, he's a funny guy. He doesn't take himself too seriously. Eric, you do your thing.
Okay, great. And of course, Carol, what are your thoughts on Eric's look? And why are we not talking about the lady? It's like she's a by the way.
Actually,
Very rude.
I do agree that the coat, if you're going to take a picture, even if you're wearing a coat,
Yeah.
give it to someone to carry it for you. You're Eric Omondi, someone is bound to want to carry it for you while you're taking the picture anyway.
Yeah.
But with the lady wearing leather, black, it's very tricky because it can actually be, you know, there's this fine line between being classy and being slutty. And it's really fine. And part of that is the fit of the dress. And you can see that the dress is not fitting as well as it should. And then she has cleavage, and then she has the short length. So she has the double whammy effect, but it's not working because of the fit of the dress. So if you're going to wear leather, make sure that you get it made bespoke. It fits you properly. And then the shoes don't work with the outfit because they're very office shoes. They look clunky, so they weigh down the outfit. So it doesn't bring that vavavoom for an event that's at Skylux, which is supposed to be sexy.
Okay, and let's proceed to the next image and see who else was there. This is Chipukizi, again, a stand-up comedian, also works for a radio station. Let me start with you, Ian. And this is this again. Last week, Carol mentioned something, and this was not a red carpet event, but the invite specifically said that it was an all-black affair. So actually, you know, Eric got that right. Ian, this guy is in...
This is a total failure.
Yeah.
This is a total failure. You don't go anywhere dressed like that. You stay at home, or you go jogging like that. But you don't go for an event and go for a red carpet session dressed like that. That's a no-no. No, I don't care who you are.
Pause for effect. And Robert, what are your thoughts about these jammies on this guy? I mean, really, this invitation was very, very specific on just what people were to wear. And you always make that comment, dare to be different. So is he doing that?
And that statement should be taken very, very carefully. When I say dare to be different, is not being disobedient. Because evidently, on his own, he's very smart. It's his style. He's easy. That's his demeanor. But dressed well for the wrong function. And we have
So he is actually dressed well.
No, he's okay. I mean, he's a young man.
No, he's not.
Absolutely
No,
not.
let me say, he's a young guy. That's who he is. He's a happy-go-lucky person. You'll not see him in a suit. In fact, you'll think he's more lost if you saw him in a suit. But I also want, especially the comedians, when you go for a serious function, let us see your serious side, because then you also want to attract the corporates. I even see comedians coming to an interview, a serious interview, and they're cracking jokes every 2 minutes. Well, we want to see another side of you. So I wish they would obey the card and say, okay, black tie event, do the right thing and let people see, because what happens when the lights go off in comedy, then you're forgotten. Let people see another side of you that can give you a longer career.
That's very well said, Robert, and I totally agree. And Annabelle, what are your thoughts on this look?
I mean, this is an industry night, so I think it doesn't matter if you're a comedian or whatever industry it is in media, you have to respect the card. Like Bob says, you have to respect the platform that you're in, you have to respect your host, and you have to respect your audience. And this outfit shows a complete lack of respect, I think. And I think people take dressing up well very lightly, too lightly, I think, in Kenya. And you should always show up the way you want to be perceived, and this shows a complete disregard for what he does, for being a comedian. I think just because you're a comedian doesn't give you an excuse to be sloppy. And
I think the take home, Carol, so you're hosting an event and you specifically say that it's an all-white event, and then somebody disrespects that invite and comes in dressed totally off. What are your thoughts, just as we close on the fact that he totally didn't get the memo or did and just disregarded it? What do you think?
Well, sometimes I think people do that because they want to be naughty, they want to stand out. When everybody else is in white, they want to walk in with something that makes them look different so they can draw attention to themselves.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just, well, like Annabelle says, a lack of respect, and sometimes you just don't take yourself seriously enough, because if you took yourself seriously, then you would care about how you look when you're going into a public forum as a public personality.
Yeah, true. Okay, the hashtag is Fashion Watch. Give us your thoughts and let's move on. And of course, same event once again. So this is high-low. I don't know what's going on here, but I'll start with the guys because Robert, what's wrong with you?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, nice? Oh my goodness,
no, not at all. I don't know who she is. I will make a very objective statement. You do not go out like that. It means you're attracting attention on the absolutely wrong place.
Why? I think she's cute.
Oh, no, not at all. Ian, help me out here. Let us be honest, because the moment you come out like that, especially for men, they'll be drawn to Thailand. And that means if you have anything else to offer, we will not notice it. So please don't give us the visa to Thailand. You can't. Absolutely not.
So what are you saying? We should show up there looking like grandma?
No, what I'm saying, you don't have to show too much skin to appear smart. I dare say this. In fact, sometimes I like the total African look, whereby you cover a lot but still look elegant. Now, this borders between something and something else, and I don't want to say because
she's in a club, though. She's in a club. She's not going to wear African attire from head to toe in the club.
Okay, fine. Okay, I agree with you, but this is too much. Give us some visa requirements. You just can't access Thailand like that. I'm sorry. And I say this with all due respect, but you simply, if you want to be taken seriously, you cannot come out like that.
Okay, but this is coming from a pastor. Let me talk to Ian. Ian, you're a guy. She looks sexy. I mean, you would actually notice her, but what are your thoughts?
No, I wouldn't go out with her looking like that.
Because?
I'd tell her to go change.
Because of what?
I'm seeing more than I should.
Thank you, Ian.
I should let her have a bit of imagination. But there's no imagination. It's all out there in my face.
And Lillian, one thing ladies must realize is that men are hunters. If you don't give them something to work with, they just can't function.
No.
So the take home here, but then there are guys who will actually say, why are you wearing something so long? Why does your skirt go all the way below your knees? We're in a club. You know, guys actually, anyway, Carol, what do you think? Is this elegant? Do you agree with the guys?
Would you dress like that?
No, I wouldn't. But I do think that, I mean, a leopard print is already sexy enough. So you don't exactly have to exaggerate it by doing that. But then the cut of the dress also doesn't work in her favor.
Nope.
The best way to do that tail would probably have been a V shape, which makes the dress heavier at the back and kind of lowers it at the front. And then probably lower the hem a little more, because again, like I said, it's a leopard print.
It could be a V shape that's just been stretched so much. The V is a U.
And then if you're going to wear and reveal so much skin, then probably a closed shoe like a classic stiletto would have classed it up just a little.
Okay.
Yes.
Annabelle, is this high-low still trendy? Is it outdated? What do you think?
I mean, the high-low is still going strong here. It's still going strong. So I really don't. I don't wear high-low, but the girls love it. So it's a crowd pleaser. I will say, if you're going to dress like this, then Skylux is probably the place to do it. So I think it's fine, to be honest.
She's in the club.
I wouldn't, because it's not my style, but it's her style. And I think women shouldn't be shamed for wanting to be sexy in the club. I will say that her shoe, if she didn't have I think she could have done without the strap on her shoe, because I think it sort of shortens her a little bit. And I also say that, why do event organizers make you wear these hideous, like, neon tags? They completely degrade your outfit.
Chris Kiroa, please get us.
I agree,
You're,
and
you're the
they're
top guy. You're the top guy in events. Please help us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
make
and-
them see-through, clear.
Yeah, or
Or black.
and they're so difficult to get out,
yeah.
by the way. So let's see who else was there. Or is this at the Samsung? Okay, yeah. At the S6 launch, and I want to start with Ian because you reacted first.
That's all I have to say, seriously.
What is wrong with this look, Robert?
Absolutely
Everything.
everything. This is a 3-button suit. You've buttoned all the 3 suits.
It's sounding like he's
the 3
facing a
buttons.
firing squad.
And if you look at the tie, it doesn't go with the shirt. What happens is that maybe he was supposed to go and change to come and give a speech, and he had to pick a coat from someone else, a tie from someone else, a trouser from someone else, and a shirt from someone else, and brought them together, and a chameleon would totally be disappointed in this.
But I
couple.
must say,
you don't wear
I
like
hand
this.
it to him, he's very brave. To be dressed like that and agree to be photographed, that's...
Even the
brevity.
stand, I go back to the standing position. It's like he's ready to rumble.
Wow, so this is an epic fail? Okay. So,
Maybe the ladies like it, I don't know.
Well, look, this is a guy who is tall and lean. He definitely can pull off a 2-button suit that fits him well. So this is definitely not working for him.
yeah, and,
Yes.
and for women, sometimes, why would you allow your man to... do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a wife? Ladies, put in some effort.
mother.
Annabelle, what do you think?
Some ladies
what do
are
you think
very
about this look?
clever. Some ladies are very clever. They actually want the man to come out like this, so other ladies cannot look at them.
Yep.
Honey, you look very
Yep.
smart,
Yep.
and you look like
come
an apology.
on.
Yes,
I mean,
women.
what lady with her right mind would look at him? He'll come back home, safe and sound.
Okay, well, so where are we going next, Marcy? Let me ask my director. Okay, so Robert says some women are nasty enough to allow their men to leave the house looking that way. What do you think? The hashtag is Fashion Watch. Share with us. So tonight we're hosting yet another designer, a lady who has done exemplary pieces, and let's take a look at some of her pieces. Caroline Karemi is her name. Let's take a look at some of her designs. Of course, remember, you can send in your designs as well using the hashtag Fashion Watch. So these are some of Karemi's designs. Caroline Karemi, thank you so much for, of course, sending in your designs and joining us on the show. You too can get to dress our mannequins. Carol, tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you start? What is the inspiration behind your designs?
Thank you very much. I go by the name Karemi Mari because I prefer being African. So it goes. It also goes to say my designs are inspired by African because I believe Africa is the new it. The reason why I went African and I decided to do this collection, it's called K by Carrie Couture, is because most of the times international markets normally don't factor in the African woman. You know, we're curvy, so it's really hard to find what fits you. And that was a problem that I had. So I decided, let me get something that fits my African body and put it out there. So that's how it started.
Okay. Are you specifically doing female designs, or do you also do stuff for the guys?
Currently, I am just working on women.
Okay.
Men's, I have a few shirts.
Thank you. I mean, I have 2 of your shirts, so don't say you only work with ladies.
What does that say about you?
Yes.
I know, right? Yeah. Ian has
He had to blow the
speaks very
trumpet.
highly
Oh,
of you,
goodness.
actually. Yes. So let me rope in the panel now and just have them critique your designs, starting with Ian, who has worn some of your pieces. Ian, what do you think about Karemi's designs?
I love them because each piece is individual. She doesn't do, or she really does 2 things of the same. So if she makes you a dress, you know that nobody else is going to have that sort of dress.
Okay.
Yes.
And Carol, your critique on Karemi's designs?
Well, I see that you have very classic silhouettes, which is great because a lot of African designers tend to make shapes that just look so, 50 plus. And this is actually very young and very modern, and that's what I love about it. I generally don't like African print. I wouldn't even wear it, but I like the shapes because they consider that there is a modern woman who wants to fit in with the modern crowd, and therefore she can wear this.
Okay, great. And Robert, what are your thoughts on Karimi's designs? Do you do a lot of African print yourself?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I want to get deeper into it. But what I like about her is that she's a very well-spoken lady, so she would represent her product very well.
Okay.
That's very important.
Very, very important. And of course, Annabelle, your thoughts on Karimi's designs?
Yeah, I mean, I really like to see bold prints, bold African prints. I really like that. And I like the way that you've countered the boldness of the prints with a really simple cut and a really simple silhouette. And how you, I think your signature is kind of these A-line, these full A-line skirts, which all three of us are wearing today. I think we all got that same memo.
Oh, sorry.
No, not Bob. All girls. And I think that's really neat because that sort of A-line trend is, it's really big. All the girls are wearing it. It's really flattering on all the, whether you're slimmer or whether you're fuller. So well done to you. Really great work.
Okay, and Karimi, of course, let us know about where to find you. Do you actually have many pieces in stock, or are you just working with orders currently?
I normally work with orders because, as Ian said, they're custom made. So it's just one for you and you alone. So I don't do, I take them by order. So if you call me up and you tell me you want 1, 2, 3, I show up, I make for you your design, I deliver it, and you go tell your friends, they call me up. So it's basically on order only.
Okay.
But in the long run, I have noticed the tutu skirts are really working very well with the Kenyan girls right now.
Okay, just for the sake of our viewers, please be specific. What is a tutu skirt?
Oh, the tutu skirts. On the clothes that we're running, there's one which was yellow, and it kind of has a sort of net, and so it kind of bulges out. So it looks
yes, that's a tutu.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the new trend that every woman wants to wear, or rather, all the younger generation want to be seen in. It's mostly good for picnics and events, blankets, and what have you. So those are the only ones that, as of right now, I can say those ones are in stock. You know, because they don't really factor in so much of your measurements, body measurements. It's just general.
It's like one size fits all.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that, Karimi. And of course, finally,
Can I just say, can I be excused? I just need to pick something.
what is the issue?
Live TV is very difficult. I'll be back in a second, please.
Well, I think Bob might have a design of his own that. So we wanted to actually show designers on the show that our panel knows their stuff as well.
Oh no! My swag. We know it was Annabelle's birthday.
Are you kidding?
Annabelle. Okay, don't drop it.
Oh my God.
There's no tea for us lawyers, but
Oh my God.
So Annabelle gets a happy birthday right here on the Fashion Watch. You guys, who's the singer here? Ian.
Happy birthday to you.
Guys.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, darling Annabelle. Happy birthday to you.
how old are you now?
28ish. Thank you, guys. I can't believe you kept that for me today.
We gotcha.
And I'm not a good liar, so here I was bubbling away about how. Happy birthday, doll. You know how much we love you on the Fashion Watch.
You know it's plastic, don't you?
So the hashtag is Fashion Watch, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Remember, again, if you would like to have your designs on the show, use the hashtag Fashion Watch and send in pictures of your designs. That's all the time we had tonight. Thanks for watching. See you again, same time next week. Good night.